Keep on plodding on over in the World Cup qualifying campaign for Europe as we edge closer to match number 5.2. But who's going to be in command and who's on the way out? We'll take a look at it. All of that and more next. Folks, back once again with another prediction video today. We look forward to match number 5.2 in the World Cup qualifying campaign for Europe, boys and girls, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button to keep your bag out today with all things Blackburn Rovers related, World Cup qualifying related, World Cup in Europe related, whatever it is, we got it all here under one roofski. That's right. Of course, some of the teams had a bit of some rude awakenings, of course, following on from that Euro 2020 tournament. Of course, Italy had a bit of a hang-up. So did Germany, only squeezing a couple of goals past Liechtenstein. We'll take a look at all of that, and I mean all of it, in just a second. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the pay-a-tree-ons, boys and girls. But anyway, let's get cracking and have a little look, shall we? Of course, how we all got on last time around with, of course, the prediction league. So let's jump in the deep end and have a little look, of course, and see who is closer to, of course, Qatar 2022. So here we bloody go then, of course, going back to take a look at some of the results. This is going to be a bit of a struggle here. I'm in a car. I'm in a bloody car, lads. I'm in a bloody car, that's right. So we're going to have a little look at this. Hopefully we can see it. We got Georgia. They took on Kosovo, didn't they? And of course it was a 1-0 win for Kosovo. Actually went the 1-0 the other way. Shame on me. Meanwhile, Sweden against Spain, bit of a shocker here for Spain. They came out top with a defeat, actually 2-1 loss. Sweden with a victory at home, a big win for them. Of course, puts that group a little bit more concerning there for Spain. Italy again post Euro hangover, just a draw, but of course continue their fantastic unbeaten run, which of course if they had lost that, Bulgaria would have been in the lineal world champions. That's right. Northern Ireland, a handy result against Lithuania, 4-1 win in Lithuania, so not too shabby there. Estonia made hard work of it for Belgium. I think they were 2-0 down or they were 2 apiece, but ultimately coming out top 5-2 in the end. Goal scoring machine, that is Belgium. I remember the 4-0 win myself. The Czechs did beat Belarus 1-0, got that one bang on point. Andorra did beat San Marino in the Battle of the Minnows. That's right, 2-0 in the end. Actually, I remember the 0-0 draw as well. Of course, Poland came past Albania 4-1. Actually, I remember the 2-0. England did get by Hungary in the end, 4-0. It was a bit of hard work, but they got there in the end. I actually went with a 3-1 win as well. Iceland against Romania was a 2-0 win for Romania. Of course, I went with Iceland with a 1-0 win. Shame on bloody me. Meanwhile, Liechtenstein made hard work at it for Germany. Of course, Hansi Flick's debut, not the best, just a 2-0 win over Liechtenstein. I went with a 7-0 win. How embarrassing is that? I really shouldn't give myself a point for that. And then at the bottom there, we've got Armenia. They got a result against North Macedonia. I think it was 0-0 there, 1-0 win for me. This is the situation for the Prediction League. Of course, this is for Matchday 4.2 for Euros. Of course, these guys in there doing very, very well for themselves, of course. Who is King Ping? It's a little bit faster than before, but we have a runaway, about 6 or 7 guys in the lead there with this week. Of course, we had again Kevin Wright, Tom Stainer, Patrick Wack, Alex Sloffy 25, Liam 2000, all up there with 9, the respectable number there. Meanwhile, of course, the overall grand scheme of things, here it comes at you. The overall grand plan at the moment, the winner. The winner chicken dinner. I think it's an outright winner at the moment. It only just though. It is Costas K with 67. Master Fire's up there with 66, and Jean Falou is up there as well. Hans Worst, not too shabby as well. All in the mix as well. It's very, very tight. Still got a lot of points on the offering. Of course, World Cup qualifying campaign goes all the way to the end of this year. It might even go into the start of next year, but I don't even know. But anyway, that's the situation right here, right now. If you want to get involved, of course, it is still free to enter. Still free to have a bit of fun. This is actually Matchday 5.2. I don't know what that's saying there, but it is 5.2. That's right, of course. Let's get into it. Of course, have a look at the groups then, shall we? Portugal and Serbia still in command over in Group A. Sweden now in charge over at Spain now, and they've got a game in hand. Spain are a bit of trouble, of course, that could cause a bit of problems later on. Of course, Italy, just a point now there. Of course, a couple of drop points there after they could only muster a draw against Bulgaria. France also had a bit of a hiccup the other day. Ukraine as well, not too well, actually, quite a bit away, 4 points off. Meanwhile, Belgium running away with it at the moment, 3 points clear over the Czechs. The Wales do have a couple of games in hand. Win both of those, they could be, what, 6, 9 points. Denmark are in control over Israel, and Austria duking it out with Scotland breathing down the next. Turkey, of course, in command at the moment over in Group G. Netherlands not too far away either. Croatia and Russia running away with it in Group H. England, of course, 100% over in I. Poland and Hungary, of course, compete for that runners-up spot. And Armenia at the moment, currently in charge. Germany gaining on them, of course. North Macedonia not too far away either. That's, of course, the situation in the groups. Let's take a look then, shall we? Of course, the next round of matches. Now, I'm going to have to juggle a couple of devices here. We're going to take a little look at it. Hop on over here onto this guy. And here we go. We're going to take a look at Kosovo. They're going to be taking on, of course, Greece. That's right. This coming, what days are these? I'll tell you the days in a minute. It's taking place on the 5th of September. This is taking up the place of the Vadi Valkyrie Stadium over in Kosovo. But Chalderes is your manager for Kosovo. Of course, Jonas Van Schip is your manager for Greece. They played each other twice since 2020. Of course, one win for Greece, nothing for Kosovo, and one draw. Last time they played each other in Kosovo was a 2-1 win for Greece. That is right. Heading into this, Kosovo, what are they kind of form for them? They're actually just one defeat the past 5. That one defeat was against Guinea, of course, but beating the likes of San Marino, Malta, Gambia, and of course Georgia, not too far away either. As for Greece, they come into this just one defeat the past 6 for them. Of course, that was last time around in the in the World Cup qualifying. That was against the Swiss back at the start of September. Anyway, the situation for the bookies on this one. What do we have on this one? We have it's loading. It's bloody refreshing. The bookies odds for Kosovo, Greece. It's 13-5 for Kosovo, 6-5 is your Greece, 21-10 is your draw. I've gone with a 2-1 win for Greece on the road here. 3 points in the bag, valuable for 3 points as well. Kick it on further. Meanwhile, Spain need to bounce back up against Georgia. Also, same match day right here. Of course, match number 5.2. Played for the 4 times in 2012. 3 wins for Spain, 1 win for Georgia. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Of course, the biggest win for Spain over Georgia was a 2-0 win. The biggest win anyway was a 1-0 win. Of course, Spain committed this back-to-back defeats. Of course, that was following on from the Euros post-match hangover. Of course, losing to Sweden as well. Georgia coming to this just 1 win in the past 6. I'll tell you about that 1 win now. That one was against Romania, of course. So they ain't 2 slouches. They've been playing some really decent opposition as well. Played Sweden recently, Spain, Greece, Romania, and the Dutchies. But they did narrowly lose to Kosovo just the other day. So how good really are Georgia in this one? Anyway, of course, I do anticipate Spain to bounce back on this one. 12-1 on. They are your favourites. 25-1 is your long shots. That's Georgia. 10-1 is the draw. Going to go with a 3-0 win for Spain on this one to take it to the bank and again get back to winning ways. Bulgaria will take on Lithuania this coming match day, of course, for the Euros, Euro qualifying, shall I say. Anyway, played each other at one time. These two sides, of course, that was back in 2003. It was 1 win out of 1 for Bulgaria. Of course, they head into this 25% form. A couple of draws in there, 3 draws in the past 5 games. Meanwhile, 6 defeats on the bounce for Lithuania. Not looking good at the moment. That last win, of course, that only win for Bulgaria was back in 2003. It was a 3-0 win. Of course, Bulgaria coming to this on the back of the draw against Italy. Meanwhile, Lithuania coming to this on the back of the heavy defeat to Northern Ireland at home. I must add to that. Of course, look at the odds on this one. What do we have on this one then, shall we? I'm looking for it. It is 2-1 on. Is your Bulgaria. The IFF's 11-2 is your away win. That's Lithuania. And 3-1 is your draw. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win myself for Bulgaria to, of course, continue their push, their outside push for a spot in the World Cup. Let's get going there, shall we? Take a look at Switzerland against Italy, of course. Did they play? I think they played in the Euros. Anyway, they've played each other 14 times since 1954. 6 wins for Italy, 2 for Switzerland, and 6 draws, of course. The Swiss come into this winning 3 of the last 4. Meanwhile, Italy come into this unbeaten, of course, a long, long run. They have not lost 1 of the last 11 away matches as Italy heading into this one. The biggest win for the Swiss over Italy was a 4-1 win. The biggest win there was a 4-0 win. Last time they played each other, of course, was at the Euros. It was a 3-0 win for Italy. However, last time they played each other in the Swiss was a 1-1 draw. In fact, you're going to go back 2003 for Italy's last win over the Swiss. Of course, Italy, I mean, let's take a look at Switzerland, of course. What did I say about them? Of course, just 1 loss in the past 4 games. That 1 loss was against Spain in the Euros, of course. They did all right for themselves over in the Euros, didn't they? Look at the odds on this one then, shall we? We have Switzerland 3-1 for the victory, 11-10 on is your Italy. They are the Euro champions, of course. 23-10 is your draw. I have gone with an away win on this one. Italy, of course, hoping to get back onto winning ways quickly. Of course, a defeat there could make Switzerland the lineal world champions. Next, of course, we have Belarus. They're going to be taking on, of course, Wales. That's right. These are matches that take on Sunday, September the 4th, couple of days' time. We've played each other 3 times, according to my knowledge. 3 wins out of 3 for Wales. The biggest win was a 1-0 win, of course. And, of course, last time I played each other, of course, in Belarus was in 1990. That was a 2-1 win for Wales, of course. Like I said, 3 wins on the bounce. They come into this, just 1 win in 6, though, for Wales. Meanwhile, 1 win in 6 for Belarus. That 1 win for Belarus was against Estonia. Meanwhile, the 1 win for Wales was at the Euros. It was against Turkey, of course. Just 1 win, but they managed to get to the quarterfinal, or the round of 16, didn't they, in the end? Look at the odds on this one. I do anticipate a Welsh victory on this one. 11-2 is your Belarus. 22-11 on is your Wales. Of course, 35 is your draw. I've gone with a 2-1 win for the Welsh on this one. On the road, that is right. The Czechs will go to Belgium on the next one. Of course, big match, of course, for the Battle of Supremacy over in Group E. They played each other 4 times in 2007. 2 wins for the Czechs, 1 win for the Belgians, and 1 draw. The biggest win, the only win for Belgium, Belgium was a 2-1 win. The biggest win the other way was a 3-1 win. Of course, heading into this, Belgium just 1 defeat the past 6. That was at the Euros. Meanwhile, the Czechs coming into this, winning 2 and losing 2 at the last 4 games. The last time they played each other over in Belgium was a 2-1 win for the Belgians. That was back in June 2017. Of course, Belgium coming into this on the back of that Estonia win. The Czechs coming into this on the back of the win against Belarus. So, of course, back to winning ways for both of them. You do anticipate Belgium will be your favourites. Of course, they are one of the best teams in the world at the moment. 11-2. Sorry, scrap that. It's not 11-2. Where are you? I've just lost the odds. There it is. 5-2 on is your Belgium. 6-1 is your long shots. That's the Czechs. And 15-4 is your draw. I've gone with 4-1 win. Big win for Belgium at home. Flex your muscles. Why don't you? Next, of course, Albania taking on Hungary. Also on the 5th of September. Played each other 3 times. Going back to 2008. 3 wins out of 3 for Hungary. Of course, they want to bounce back from, of course, the result against England. They came to this without a win in 5. Meanwhile, Albania winning twice in the past 6 games, of course. The last time they played each other in Albania was a 1-0 win for Hungary. Yeah, like I said, it's been 3 wins out of 3 so far. Hungary's last win was all the way back against Cyprus, of course, pre-Euros. As for Albania's last win was against San Marino. Of course, heading into this one, of course, you'd think Hungary would bounce back. They were pretty decent in the Euros. Of course, they let themselves down with their fans the other day hosting England. Of course, the odds are 90-10 for Albania, 13-8 is your Hungary, and 90-10 is your draw. It's tight in the bookies' odds on this one. I've gone with a draw myself, 2-2 in the end. England will take on Andorra in probably one of the one-sided games of this round of matches. Of course, you would anticipate maybe 5 or 6 goals on this one. Played each other 4 times in 2006. The biggest win for England, just a 6-0 win. They've actually scored 16 goals compared to Andorra's at 0 over the course of those 4 matches. The form heading into this, just 1 defeat past 6 games for England. That was in the Euro final. Meanwhile, just 1 win. In fact, back-to-back games without a defeat for Andorra. So maybe just a bit of something, of course. The last time I played each other in England was in fact a 6-0 win. That was back in 2019. Andorra's back-to-back form was included a draw against Gibraltar and a win against San Marino, and we know about England as well. Heading into this, of course, the bookies odds will be red hot favourites. I think it's 200-1 on for England. 66-1 is your Andorra, 25-1 is your. I've gone big as well, gone with a 6-0 win repeat, and of course maybe a chance for some of the bigger boys to get some there, or fringe players to get some game time for England on this one. Next up we have another chief whipping, boys. It's the San Marinos. They're going to be taking on, of course, Poland. I'm trying to look at it. I can't find it at the moment. I'm blind. I'm blind to it. I might have to go and find about this the hard way. So there is another match on this one. Let's get into it. San Marino against Poland. I'm trying to find it. There it is. So there's some question marks around this match. I don't even know if it's going to go ahead. They're thinking about it to load. Okay, they played each other 6 times in 2002, 6 wins out of 2 for Poland. Of course, red hot favourites on this one. 42% form coming into this. The biggest win over San Marino was a 10-0 win. That was back in 2009. Last time they played each other in San Marino was a 5-1 win for Poland. I don't have any odds, but of course we know which way we're going to go on this one. It's going to go with a Poland win. Just a 3-0. Well, being a bit cautious there. Again, if it goes ahead or not. Next, of course, we have Iceland taking on North Macedonia. That is right. Of course, in the battle for a command out in Group J. They played each other 2 times in 2008, 1 win apiece, no draws. The biggest win, the only win for Iceland was a 1-0 win. The biggest win the other way was a 2-0 win for North Macedonia. They're coming into this, Iceland, just 42% form, just 1 win in 4. Meanwhile, North Macedonia coming into this, 1 win in 6 for them. Last time they played each other in Iceland was a 1-0 win for Iceland back in 2008. Yeah, so that 1 win for Iceland, it was against the Faroes. Picked up a couple of wins against Liechtenstein and Armenia not too long ago, but of course they're on a bit of a slump right now. They should be in this game, or at least compete. Got 6-5 on is your Iceland, 11-5 is North Macedonia, 23-10 is your draw. I've gone with Iceland, only just to take it to the bank. Next up, of course, Germany, who flattered to deceive against Liechtenstein with Hansi Flick. Just a 2-0 win. Of course, they were coming into this, taking on Armenia. They played each other the one time since 2014. It was a 1 win for Germany, 6-1 win it was. But of course, things might be a little bit different these days. Taking place at the Mercedes-Benz Arena. Of course, Germany coming into this, just one defeat the past 4 games for them. That was, of course, against England in the Euro 2020. Meanwhile, the other opposition, Armenia, coming to 3 games without a win. Those 3 games are draws against North Macedonia, loss against Sweden, draw against Croatia as well. You'd fancy Germany to get a win on this one, but of course, I didn't watch the game. 16-1 on is your Germany, 28-1 is your Armenia, 92. I don't know how good they were with Hansi Flick's style of play, but of course, I still think they'll win this one 4-0 and maybe get back to winning ways convincingly as well, even though they won the last one. And then finally, we have Romania. They're going to be taking on, of course, who are they? Who are you? it is Liechtenstein. It should be a one-sided match on this one. These two nations have played each other 2 times in 1998, 2 wins out of 2 for Romania. The biggest win, a 7-0 win, of course. And last time they played each other in Liechtenstein was just a 3-0 win, but this one is in Romania. Last time they played there was a 7-0 win. Romania come into this 1 win in the past 5. That 1 win was last time around against Iceland. Meanwhile, Liechtenstein come into this 6 defeats on the spin. Red hot favourites, of course, Romania will be on this one. I have them listed here at 20-1 for the victory, 25-1 on. No, 20-1 on is your Romania, 25-1 is your Liechtenstein, 40-1 is your draw. 3-0 win for Liechtenstein to lose, and then Romania with the W. In the end, be sure to get your picks in, of course, nice and early for this one. Of course, the games are coming this Sunday, so use the code Matchday number. It should be match number 5. I don't even know what that's all about. But anyway, make sure you get it in there and amongst it. And of course, I'll be back for the next time pretty soon. Of course, we've got match number 6 right around the corner, so hopefully you'll be there for me. Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. Thanks for, of course, watching. Be sure to give the video some smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Check out the links down below. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course Patreon as well. We'll be back for match number 6 very soon. Of course, just around the corner. Of course, will England, will Germany get themselves back into winning ways? What about Italy, of course, with a hiccup last time around? All of that will be resolved this coming weekend. Until then, I'll see you soon. Mask up, get your picks in. I'll see you soon for the next one. And again, if you're new, smash the subscribe. The race to 25k continues. Until then, we're done.